Hi, my name's Jackson Dillingham, if you don't know me, and thank you for tuning me out in every assembly this year. The first thing I'd like to say is that I'm sorry to my teachers for harassing them for the last 7 years. I'm sorry to Mason, because now your teachers are going to target you, because they're going to think that you're exactly like me, which you are. In 5th grade, I got the phrase, "your mom," banned from the intermediate school because I said it to Miss York, and then to Miss Ivan when Miss York sent me to her. On the historic Florida IQ trip in 10th grade, we went so hard that Mr. Carlson and Miss Palmer needed to take an entire year off to recover. And this year, Miss Mishevitz informed me that I got the lowest grade she's ever given to a student on a test in her entire teaching career. My parents should be proud of this, because despite being sent to Dr. Wolcott and Mr. Jones a combined 31 times in middle school, I haven't been kicked out of a class since the first semester of junior year. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about my track and cross-country careers. I joined the track team in 7th grade, but definitely not because I love to run. If you were here in 5th grade or 6th grade, then you would remember my blistering 13-minute miles. No, I started running because the alternative to track was so much worse. My dad told me that I had to play spring sport, and he wanted me to play lacrosse. I said, "God, no, please, anything but that." And I picked track. I could talk for hours about track and cross country and the countless memories that I have, like running to RG's house when Coach Brown wasn't at practice, putting Luke Parmesan in a kayak we bought at Kmart and sending him out on the river, or hanging out in random people's backyards on long runs. Every time Coach Wolcott put me in charge of a long run. And you can't forget my personal favorite, staying the night before XC States at a plantation we rented and sleeping in a bed from the 1800s that had mosquito netting with RG, Gus, and Kink. Now, my running career may have had a bitter end, and despite my 42 offers that I've never flexed until now, it is really over. And while it may be over, I'm not sad about it, because if I hadn't run, then I would have never been friends with Gus, Noah, Achilles, Michael, Luke, the legendary Eric Fields, Christian, Aiden, Janie, or Dawson, and I would have never been close with Mr. Sofer, Coach Wolcott, or Coach Brown, who have shaped so much of my personality. Now, there are a million things that I'm going to miss about St. Stephen's, like playing Yanelli Bingo in Econ, Miss Bulletin's accent, Professora Loiza taking us on a field trip just so she could create an exclusive group to eat lunch with called the Elite, Mr. Avard walking into our hotel room at Model Congress and sitting down to have a non-alcoholic drink with us, teaching Ruslan English, roasting Sket, getting bitten by Achilles, playing games in class, hearing Good Morning Falcons in assembly, arguing with the definition of words about the definition of words with Mr. Hoonhow, and the diverse center of flourishing culture that is Bradenton. Now for some shoutouts. Ruslan, you need to learn how to pronounce the letter V, and also how to speak English. And I literally do not understand anything you say. Wyatt, I look forward to you living in my guest house when you're a washed-up MLB player. Hannah, you should get community service hours for dating RG. Gus, if you're still upset about how things turned out with college, think of it this way. The crowning achievement of your life will be working for me. Kink, I will never understand why you lift your knees so high when you run. RG, the last time we went to Stone Bowl, I put half a bottle of soy sauce in your water when you went to the bathroom. Jordan, I'm excited for the day the doctor measures you and says that you've broken 5 feet. Mason, if you keep playing video games, you're going to end up like Ruslan. Mr. Kincaid, I cannot count the number of times you've saved my life from my dad, and I really enjoy driving your car. Mr. and Mrs. Sherrill, I apologize greatly for the damage that I have afflicted on your house and on your son. Mr. and Mrs. Stacy, tofu doesn't taste like chicken. Coach Wolcott, sir, I love you, but you are not fast. Mom, about 4 months ago, you guys were gone, and I accidentally let the dog outside, and he ended up running away. But eventually he came back, so it was fine. Dad, I've gotten 2 parking tickets this year, one of which I received for parking backwards and on the wrong side of the road in front of a police station. But Mom and Dad, really, thank you for everything you've done for me over the last 18 years. You guys have given me every opportunity to succeed, and I can't thank you enough for it. Thank you. God bless.